Hey, we are back. It is Good Deeds, Real Estate with a Mission, and it's been a great morning here as we've talked about changes in the marketplace. We've talked about technology, and I always say this is a Good Deeds, Real Estate with a Mission.
Yes. What do you mean by that? What's the mission?
Well, and I guess I'm remiss in not bringing it up enough, because one of the things we do at the Fine Homes Group is we recognized early on that there's no lack of need out there for scholarship money for kids. And so we've given out close to $100,000 in scholarships to New Hampshire kids. And what we do is we take a portion of every single real estate closing we have, and we put it aside. And then every year we go through a process where we look at the applicants, and we go through a process of deciding who we can give money to, and we have a big event for them. And there is not. I say there's no lack of need. There's also no lack of talent out there with the young people in our society. And we think, well, where's the world going to go? And then when you hear what these kids are up to, you think we're going to be just fine if we just could just take now and give it to them, because they're going places. And so close to $100,000 in scholarship money given by the Fine Homes Group. So if you're going to make a choice out there, and we realize you have choices in choosing a realtor, we promise you we are give back to the community, and we give back monetarily. We put our money where our mouth is, and we are grateful every day that you choose us, and in most cases choose us over everybody else. And so we're very happy. And it isn't just because of that you make these choices. It's because I believe we stand head and shoulders above the competition out there. So did I cover it? I
think you did.
Well, I hope so.
Thank you, Bill.
But it was only with the ever so subtle prodding I received from my wife, Justin. And I'm glad you got a chance to witness this.
What was the inspiration for that? What made you decide that we're going to do this with every closing?
Well, in 2015, so I'll back up. Keller Williams actually awards a scholarship every year at our sort of agent celebration night. And in 2015, when we were just throwing a party to say thank you to friends and clients, Bill and I decided that we ought to have a scholarship of our own. So we put it out there pretty locally, and I think we had 50 applicants, and we awarded one scholarship. And it just kind of took on a life of its own. So there was a $1,000 scholarship. The next year, we had over 100 applications, and there were too many that tugged at our heartstrings. So I said, can we award more than one? And we did. And at that point, there was no specific monetary tie-in, but we thought people ought to know when they choose to do business with us that it's doing other good, right? And so
that's awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So we decided we pledge $100 from each transaction toward a scholarship fund. So at the end of each year, we know how much we'll be awarding in the following May. And the really wonderful news I want to share is that after many years of doing this, in 2023, we became a 501c3 because there were people at every event when we award the scholarships, and Bill interviews the recipients. And believe me, there are so many more we wish we could award. But every year someone says, how do I contribute? How do I do it? And they can't. There was no vehicle for it. So we finally bit the bullet and had it taken care of, had it done, so that now we can, in addition to pledging what we pledge, we can raise more and therefore give more.
That's awesome. I know it's a lot of paperwork to become a 501c3, because Laura from The Buzz had to do that for their Lend a Helping Hand, and she's constantly buried in paperwork. So good for you guys for biting the bullet on that. That's a lot of work, but it does a lot of good.
Well,
Thanks.
we are very appreciative of the community, and it's important. It is important in some way to give back to the community, and this for us just made a lot of sense, because we are involved in selling homes and getting people to move into homes, and in most cases, there's the communities. The threads of communities are built by the schools that serve those communities, and who attends those schools is the kids, and the kids move on to other things and are in need of scholarship money, and we do our part, and we're thankful for it. So I'm glad you I need to repeat it more. So Justin, remind me if she's not here in the future.
I do want to say, too, that it's not just traditional college education. So there are trade schools. There are kids who are already in college and have had some sort of setback, perhaps. And so because, when you think about it, we mostly sell homes, right? And that's considered the American dream. It's really an American dream. And furthering people's sort of lot and position in life, there are a lot of the applicants that we see are people who are young people who are first generation here, and things. Their stories are really unbelievable, and so it goes hand in hand with what we do, which is another American dream to be able to help them further their lot in life.
A good education and good housing, and so. Both of those things we are in favor of, and we, as I said, we put our money where our mouth is. And anyway, back to real estate.
Okay,
because that's what drives this
right.
Good Deeds Real Estate with a Mission. So we were. I think we should just think more about is there any other technological? You mentioned the Matterport 3D tours. Is there anything else that's helpful out there these days for clients? That you can think of?
Well, are you talking again about sort of what we put out with technology?
Sure, either that or how to guide them if they have specific questions. Anything. I'll give you one, for instance.
Okay.
One of the we're having the discussion. One that pops into my head is oftentimes people are like, "What are the schools like?" And you can guide. That's information today that is much more available when you know where to go.
Yes.
And there's tons of valuable data that's available now online that didn't used to be. I can remember we would have to go, like if there was the need for, like, what does the plot plan look like? For this, you'd either have to go to the tax office or the registry to get copies of this information, and you'd literally say, "I'm going to drive down to the registry in Nashua or Exeter or Concord and pick up this. I'll get a photocopy of the," and now it's all available online. It's just you got to know where to go, and you can do it immediately.
Okay, that jogged my memory right there. Vision appraisal. So first of all, I want to kudos to the assessors in our towns. They pull together so much important information, and many of the towns use something called vision appraisal, and it is just a huge tool in our business, and the information that we can find there is limitless. So most of the towns in southern New Hampshire use it, and we utilize that a lot to find information on properties, sales that were private sales. There's really no other place to go but there, town by town, to find things that have sold recently that weren't necessarily brokered, maybe family to family, friend to friend, whatever. But the point is, vision appraisal is great. And as far as human resources go, don't be afraid of your local assessor. Assessors are very knowledgeable. I'm going to give a little plug to Doug Irvin, who is the assessor in Bedford, and he's very active in their association, and they are a wealth of knowledge.
Yeah, the assessing departments, usually some of the relationships are adversarial because people never get an assessment that they deem as too low and go and get into an argument with the assessor.
Right.
But when they feel it's too high, but assessors can be a huge resource for you, and that's so. Like you said, from a technological standpoint, vision appraisal is really, really helpful, and from a human standpoint, your assessors are very, very helpful.
Yes.
This has been this technological conversation that we've had has been very helpful. We're going to wrap all of this up in our final segment today when we come back. You're listening to Good Deeds Real Estate with a Mission, and now you know what that mission is, and we're going to be right back. Thanks for listening, and stick with us.